This is the unbelievable true story of how I was once a 4-year college reject who hated studying and worried about the future, but while aiming for the ideal medical treatment became aware of certain research, made contact with an implant master through a mutual connection, and returned smiles to the faces of many people through implant treatment. To those depressed from having lost teeth, or those who want to improve their quality of life with teeth that look good and can chew well, please watch this video until the end. I was born on February 25, 1958 in the town of Kagami in Yatsuhiro County, Kumamoto Prefecture. I grew up in a large family with my grandparents, parents, aunt, younger brother, and younger sister. My grandparents were farmers. My father worked for the National Railway and was a skilled farmer and orchidist on his days off. And my mother was a very responsible person who took care of everyone. There were many animals around the house like horses, goats, dogs, and chickens, and we kept bees to make honey. For the countryside, it was a relatively wealthy life, and on holidays such as New Year's and Obon, our house was often crowded with relatives. I was raised so carefully by those around me that I wondered what country I was the prince of. I was always at the top of my class at the rural elementary school I went to, and learned calligraphy, judo, and the abacus since enrolling there. I practiced 3 or more calligraphy characters at my father's request, and then played with my friends in the field near my home until dark. I went to junior high school in Kumamoto City by steam locomotive. I got up early in the morning and took the 6 o'clock steam engine to school for an hour and a half for 9 years throughout junior high school, and as a college reject. In junior high, I was on the baseball team for 3 years. I was also a fast middle distance runner and finished first in the marathon my 2nd and 3rd years. I deeply believed in the words of my homeroom teacher who said, "Let's make a class where honest people don't lose." In high school, I put my youth into volleyball. I spent all my time practicing every day, and in doing so I developed spirit, strength, and relationships with my senior and junior classmates. However, I never really took on my studies, and so became a 4-year college reject. In the last of those 4 years, I felt ashamed and fled to Tokyo. In the mornings and evenings, I delivered newspapers in Roppongi to make a living. I was running around to various places and looking a mess. One time, I was on an elevator at TV Asahi. An actress called out to me, "It's hard work, hang in there." I felt I wanted to be an adult like that, who doesn't judge appearances. It was around the bubble era, and I saw this rich person the same age as me who came joyriding in a luxury car with a beautiful woman. The desire to make a name for myself in Tokyo became stronger. I vowed to do whatever it took to pass the entrance exam, and as a result of studying hard, I got into the Department of Dentistry at a newly established university in Nagasaki. After entering university, I wanted to be able to let my grandfather, who was suffering from cancer, meet his grandchild. So I started looking for a wife and got married while still a student at the age of 25. Soon after, we had a child, and every day was hectic with childcare, studying, part-time work, and club activities. After graduating from university, I went on to graduate school at the recommendation of my dental surgery professor. I didn't think I was cut out for work where I need to use my head, but I was surprised to find that research was fun. I began to want to use this power to contribute to the world someday. After completing graduate school, I went into dental surgery at the Department of Dentistry at the University Hospital. I performed outpatient care and surgery from the morning to the evening. Then in the evening, I would do research on fundamentals in anatomy. I became busier and busier with childcare and research. While doing surgery on patients with empyema-linked teeth, there was a patient who was drinking sword bean tea and made a spontaneous recovery. After examining the ingredients and research papers, I found that it had immunity-boosting and anti-inflammatory effects. I got about 40 to 50 people to drink it, and all but one improved without surgery in about a year and a half. I presented this at academic meetings and went ahead with research with the blessing of my professor and the company which makes the ingredients. I was busy every day, but every day I worked on it with all my power to help patients feel better. When a person who makes sword bean tea in Kagoshima paid a visit, making a connection with the high school calendar hanging on the wall, he told me about Dr. Yamada, who has a practice in Tokyo. Whenever there was an academic meeting, I would greet him there. When I turned 45, I needed to make a decision for my life. Should I stay with the university or leave? The environment of the university hospital was very good, but I wanted to pursue medical treatments that helped patients more freely, so I took the path of starting my own business. I originally planned to open in my hometown and was even preparing the land, but given the choice, I should go to the place I really want to, so I made up my mind to go to Tokyo. I was confident about Tokyo, but I would need money to start a business. I went around asking the main banks for loans, but they all turned me down because I couldn't meet any of the 3 conditions of a deposit, land, and a guarantor. With no alternative, I joined a certain major cosmetic surgery provider, but the work done there was not medical treatment, just business. Surprised at how sloppy the medical care was there, I suggested that I wanted to offer real treatment, but they didn't accept it, so I quit after 3 months. Next, I worked at a dental clinic in Saitama Prefecture. They worked hard at this place from morning to night, with 2 doctors treating 50 to 60 patients in a single day. I was too busy to provide thorough medical care. I wonder how I can give the best medical care. At that time, through the introduction of Dr. Yamada, I met Dr. Komiyama. His treatment was patient-oriented, and I wanted to start that kind of practice myself. I sat in on his work every Friday, and after about a year and a half, we became close. I told him about my dream of starting a practice, and he introduced me to someone who knew a lot about it. When I told him that I wanted to not just focus solely on Western medicine, but Eastern medicine too, he said that was interesting, and enhanced staff. Thanks to him, I opened a clinic. In my pursuit of ideal medical care, Dr. Komiyama introduced me to the father of modern implants, Dr. Bronymark. Learning about their attitudes on dealing with patients, I became more and more committed and chose implants as my own path. I opened a clinic specializing in implant treatment. Using a proper understanding of dentistry and surgical techniques, implant treatment is carried out. By returning the smiling faces to patients who have had the misfortune of losing teeth, they can improve their quality of life by eating well, speaking confidently, and looking better. Everyone involved in this clinic is working hard to provide treatment that can bring joy to customers in this way. Here we'll share some comments from customers. Mr. Komiyama, a man in his 40s, says, "I get a regular cleaning. Just like getting a regular haircut at the barber, teeth also get a regular cleaning to prevent tooth decay and gum disease. The hygienists here treat me as gently as if I were in a spa, and it's changed my opinion of dentists in a big way." Ms. Watanabe, a woman in her 50s, says, "I was deeply impressed by the hospitality of the nurses and dental hygienists, and I think they set a fantastic example for other hospitals and practices. While going home, one of the nurses accompanied me all the way to the train ticket gate, and it completely moved me to tears. I would like to continue to spread the oral surgery and dental techniques that I've acquired over a long time. Once lost, it's very difficult to regain your health. Rather than going to the hospital after getting sick, I'd like to show people that prevention is the most important thing. Also, I'd like to get more involved in politics and industry to put more effort into prevention on a national level." To those of you who have watched the video up to this point, I will give away copies of my book, Teeth Are Life, and extend healthy life expectancy by 10 years. Dental protection is the best defense, for free as a gift. Please apply for one using the link below. Thank you very much for watching this video until the end.